thank you for joining us. I am here with Cole Stanley, who is our current mayor for the city of Amarillo. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, Paige. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to start minute and a half. Tell us a little bit about your resume and your qualifications and what makes you the best mayor for the city.
Well, thank you for having me on. So I started out 4 years ago when I got myself into this deal. So I've served 2 years as Council Place 1. Very educational, learned a great deal. And then for the last 2 years, I've had the privilege of serving my community as your mayor. So I sit on a really strong team. I love my council. We have developed very well right side along with the current staff. We've added a good member to that. So Grayson Path, really good city manager, doing a good job for us. And so over the last 4 years, I have become, along with this council, a good investment. We are the recipients of this quality education that money cannot pay for. Like, you can't buy this, it's just experience. And so over the last 4 years, we've stayed really, really focused, and especially these last 2 years, on core function, our core services. So our top two priorities are public safety and infrastructure. And I think that's what you've seen us do as we're driving that budget every year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you talk about public safety and infrastructure, and I know that was a big part of your platform when you ran 2 years ago and even 4 years ago. What is something that you're still currently running for your platform and something that you really are trying to get through?
Yeah, so I think it's really good to be able to just list the accomplishments. And so, you know, when you sit on a strong team, you have accomplishments for the team. So none of this is just anything that I've done, but I've had the opportunity to lead, which is really, really beneficial for me in being able to say, look at what they've done. But I get to put myself out in front of it. A lot of you guys are putting us on camera, and so you're giving us the microphone. And so with that opportunity, what we've done with public safety is we've increased that budget so that every one of those local heroes got a $10,000 pay increase this last year. We found it in this next year's budget to be able to increase that another $5,000. And so we're going to be able to get that up to where now we're not just competitive, we are leading in the state of Texas for first responders. Also, our retirees, we've got it in the budget to move their COLA, their cost of living adjustment, up to 70%. It's sitting at 50% right now. And so what that says is that our people are the most important thing to us. We appreciate you serving us, and then when it's your turn to retire, we want to serve you. And so we are prioritizing that budget around those individuals and those people, not just around policies or especially around politics. And then what I think I'm most proud of is we've avoided the temptation of going after shiny things. And so we're just not chasing down the shiny things. We're sticking to the things that they don't always maybe look as, you know, blingy, and they may not always be what everybody wants to put their name on. You don't get to put a plaque on that at the end of your tenure, but it is the most important thing for us to stay focused on.
Yeah, of course. And you're on the current administration. And so what is something that you've been working on that you haven't gotten to push over the finish line, or something that you really want to focus on if you were to be elected again that maybe you haven't gotten to focus on in the past?
We've created a ton of really good momentum. So when you're talking about employee retention and being able to attract those key jobs that we're looking for in the way of public safety especially, but then core services is right there. So wastewater treatment plant, you know, we've been working on that for about 1.5 years. We figured out that girl is in really bad shape, and so Congressman Jackson was key in getting us the design funding for that, and so that R&D money has gone in. That's $38 million. And so that's being spent, and then I'm confident that here over the next year we'll be able to continue to push for those federal and state grants and hopefully buy down that large of a project. It's going to be several $100 million, and we would love to see it funded by those federal and state grants. We feel confident that we're going to get there, so we really want to get that. That's a key piece of infrastructure that we've had our hands on for quite some time, and we want to get it all the way across the goal line. That's probably another year and a half in design, and then, you know, 2 years to complete the construction from there. The other thing that I would say is a municipal utility district. It's called a MUD policy. This is the best way to grow for cities right now. So annexation rules have changed, and so we don't just get to go out and annex properties and put you into our tax base. Everybody knows that if we expand our tax base, then there's more of us to pay for the cost of services, and so we can keep your taxes low that way. If we allow our developers to work with us through a good MUD policy, it allows the risk to be on the developer as he continues to speculate. But then it puts all of the return on the city. So as we adopt that into our corporate limits, then we are getting to bring those properties in on our tax rolls, but also on the front end with this MUD policy that we've developed. I'd say we've been working on it around 9 months now, and it's ready to go here in another week. With that, we take all those users on. So those are sewer, water, and trash users that they're paying those rates, and so that replaces dumpsters, that puts new trucks on the ground, and that hires folks as we grow.
That's amazing. And so last minute or so, I'll give you kind of just a time to talk to the citizens why you are the best candidate for mayor and why you think that you should continue being our mayor.
Well, I would say this. I would say that like we as a council are the best for the city because we have been trained and we now are qualified. And so you spend so much of your time trying to learn, how does this budget work? What does the general fund look like? How do these things operate? So you've invested in us with your confidence and given us the time to learn. We're a good return on your investment, and we hope that you'd look to us to allow us to come back. And so for myself as mayor, I'd be honored to serve one more term, so 2 more years, and I think we can accomplish most everything that we're looking to do.
Well, thank you, Mayor Stanley. We appreciate you joining us, and good luck with the election.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Always good to be with you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.